Cox said at one point, oh, all of this, not all of the money, but I think what she said was that all of the money that was used to pay off credit cards and pay off debts, well, this was just a loan. And if I hadn't been arrested, I was going to pay it back. Well, you know, I was sitting and listening, and at one point during these proceedings, we heard testimony that she and her husband had $35,000 in cash in the safe that had come from some inheritance that he had gotten. She had gotten a check from Mr. Marquis for $11,000. A few weeks later, she got another check from him for $9,000. And then, close around that same time period, they cashed in a bond for $13,000, and that got immediately transferred into her account. So that was 20, 33, and 35. That's $68,000 that she had by her own testimony before she got arrested, and he was never paid back. She had plenty of money to do that if that was her goal and that was her intent. And then we hear about the efforts made to have the will changed, and I heard what she said about, well, he wanted it changed. But then when Mr. Walker, the attorney, said, in essence, this man, in fact, what he actually said was, he was terribly confused. He didn't even know what he was here for. That was exactly what he said. He didn't even know what he was here for. He was terribly confused and wouldn't change the will. And 2 weeks later, she calls up and says, oh, he's ready to change his will now. You know, and as I say, even if she thought that he wanted her to, as she said, he really wanted me to have all this money. He really wanted me to have this $11,000 check. As you acknowledge yourself, Mr. Rockefeller, it was just so terribly wrong. It was just so terribly wrong. You're taking money like she was $500 a day, to take the maximum out of the ATM every single day. And then her testimony was that if we didn't use it, well, I'd put it in the safe. And you say, well, some of the money in the safe belonged to him, and they very well have been recovered, but there's absolutely nothing in this case that says that there was any intent for that money to ever go back to Mr. Marcus. Another thing that hit me real funny, she said, well, he asked me about what kind of interest I was paying on my credit cards, and I told him 19 or 20%, and he said, oh, you don't need to be paying. You're wasting money paying that. Let me just pay off all those credit cards and you can pay me back. That's what she said. So then, why don't we cash in $125,000 or $30,000 worth of bonds that are drawing interest in the bank, take them out and either put them in the safe, in her safe, where they're drawing absolutely nothing, or her own testimony was, yeah, oh, there were times when I gave him back thousands of dollars, and he could go back to his house where the back door had been broken into and you couldn't even lock the back door. And everything I've heard about this case, everything I've listened to, and I've listened to a week-long trial, I just see Ms. Cox as someone that was absolutely bent determined to get everything she could. It became apparent that this man had accumulated by having served in the military and worked at the base, I believe is what I understood. I guess he was never married and never had kids and spent his whole life living in a mobile home that was not, somewhat dilapidated, not kept up terribly well, saved every penny he ever made, reacted strongly at the idea of paying $2 for a can of shaving cream. And then Ms. Cox said, but he wanted me to buy all of this stuff, and he wanted me to have all this stuff, and just stuff that you just couldn't even imagine, all the stuff that was coming in, paying off cell phone bills and buying $700 worth of remote controls and just time after time after time. And there's just nothing about it in here that smacks of anything except just to me, just absolute greed. You know, that was another thing that bothered me. She goes in these stores with this man and his credit card, and she called it, this is my uncle. One guy said, I think she said he was brother. She said, no, I usually call him uncle. Well, that's just saying, well, I'm related to him. I'm part of the family. And so that sort of diminishes their concern and their worries about her use of the credit card. And apparently he was in a position where he would say, yeah. But he was just being taken advantage of. You know, savings bonds were being cashed in for no apparent reason other than just cash them in, put the money in the safe. We might need it for something. I'll just tell you, it was an appalling case to me. These are the exploitation